Hello and welcome to Living Your Spirit with Anthony, the podcast where we talk about the 7 areas of life that shape you, your family, and the ways these areas influence everything happening in your home. If you've got a question or something on your mind, you can call and leave a voicemail at 1-609-310-1777. All right, let's get into today's episode. Hello, friends. The question I have for you right now is, who are you being in 2026? So we just celebrated a new year, and I'm trying to figure out how you're living and who you're being. Welcome to episode 139 of Living Your Spirit with Anthony. I'm Anthony, and a question that I'm putting out to you is, what do you understand about who you're being? How are you acting, reacting, and behaving? That's basically who you are being. Are you being a person that's healthy? Are you being a person that's wealthy? Are you being a person that is successful and loving and compassionate and understanding and fair? How about intelligent or athletic or fit? So think about all of those things. Think about who you are being in your everyday life. If you're single or if you're in a relationship, who are you being moment by moment by moment? Who are you being in your family dynamic? Who are you being with friends? Who are you being at work? Are you successful at work? Are you being the person that has a lot of great ideas? Are you being the person that is loving, compassionate, understanding, and easy to communicate with in your relationship? Are you being the person that is always welcoming in your neighborhood? Are you being the person that is calm in traffic? I think you get the idea of what I'm saying. So when you look at who you're being, and you understand who you're being, you can kind of take a step back and look at how who you are being moment by moment affects who you are in your everyday life, how your life unfolds, what you experience, and how your reality actually becomes the aspect of who you're being. So if you're being angry all the time, you probably get into arguments, fights, and you're in situations where other people are angry. Versus if you're being loving and understanding, you probably encounter situations and other people that are also loving and understanding. That could be at the grocery store, on the street, in your relationship, in your workspace, with your coworkers, or people that you work for, or people that work for you. So just take a few minutes and think about this past week. What kinds of things have you experienced? Have they been fun? Have they been loving? Have you experienced success? Have you experienced good health? And then think about who you were being. Were you thinking about being loving, or were you thinking about arguing or being in a fight, or people not understanding you, or people cheating you, or not getting your way? Maybe you thought about getting stuck in traffic and you felt aggravated. And was that a day that you actually got stuck in traffic? And how can you get your mindset to understand it's all caused by who you are being? So when you're living your spirit, at least when I'm living my spirit, I think about love, I think about compassion, understanding, generosity, gratitude. How can I give to people? How can I love people? How can I better understand people? How can I love and respect myself, my body? How can I stay healthy? How can I stay active? How can I stay fit? How can I have success in my coaching business? How can I have success in the books that I'm writing for children? How can I have success in my podcast? And I become the person, so I'm being the person that has a successful podcast. I'm being the person that has success selling books on Amazon or BNN, whatever it is, wherever the books are. I'm being the person that is a successful author. Author? Author, not Arthur. So think about your week. Who were you being and what were the outcomes? How were you thinking? What were you feeling? What was your reality? Were you thinking about your spouse? How were you thinking about them? Were you being the loving partner or the loving spouse? Or were you being the jealous partner or the jealous spouse or the suspicious partner? That's a good one, right? I don't know what they're doing, but I have a feeling or I have a sense that's who you're being. You're being the person that is suspicious. You're being the person that doubts. You're being the person that doesn't have faith in your relationship or the love. People always say, or people will frequently say, oh, I knew this was going to happen. Well, there you go. I knew this was going to happen. I thought about being late for work. I felt a certain way about being late for work, which is not good. And I was late for work. Oh man, I knew this was going to happen. I really want to go to this concert on Saturday, but I'm thinking, what if it gets canceled? I hope it doesn't get canceled. Oh, I'm really going to be upset if this concert gets canceled the day before it gets canceled. And then you say, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I'm so bummed. Well, did you ever think that it happened because of who you were being? You were being the person that thought and felt a concert or a show or a party or a dinner or a date would be or could be canceled. And that became your reality. So when we're living our spirit, what we want to do is think about things that we really want. Think about the best things in life and then start being the person that has those things. Start living the way that you would live if you already had the thing. How would you feel if you had the 5-bedroom house? How would you feel if you were already in the other country? Do you see your partner or spouse? Are they perfect and loving? Are they compassionate and supportive? Or are you being the person that doesn't get into relationships because they always fail? I don't go out on dates because guys are jerks. I don't go out with women because all they want is my money. So who are you being? You're being the person that's afraid to go on a date because you believe women only want your money. So you go out on a date. She's all dressed up. She's in a nice dress. She's got nice shoes. She's got a nice handbag. She gets the most expensive thing on the menu. And you look at her and think, she only wants my money. I knew this was going to happen. Are you thinking that guys always cheat? Well, I was cheated on in high school. I was cheated on in college. Every guy I ever dated cheated. Okay, so who are you being? Are you being the person that is loving and supportive and really has very successful dating and relationship experiences? Or are you being the person that sees failure, feels failure, experiences cheating, loss, disappointment, upset, anger, sadness, loneliness? Change who you are being and you will start to see your life change. Be the person you want to be now and you will start to see your life change. Feel the way you want to feel in the future now and you will start to see your life change. You will start to feel different. And this is not the same as The Secret and manifestation and law of attraction and I got to meditate and I got to burn incense and I got to count the stars at midnight and I got to listen to these, I don't know, some tones on YouTube or Spotify or whatever it is. You can do all of that, but if you're being the person that is not going to get the thing that you want or be the thing that you want or go the place that you want, it doesn't matter how much incense you burn, how many crystals you get, how many tarot cards you turn over, none of it's going to work. Now, the flip side of that is if you are the person that is being someone who sees great success through tarot cards, maybe that works for you. But why take the extra step? I call that the middleman or the middle person. Cut that out. Stop believing in tarot cards. Stop believing in incense. And start believing in yourself. Start believing in the power that you have to create what you want in your life. And while you're thinking about that, think about your life. Think about your past. Think about last week, last month, last year, the last 5 years or 10 years, and think, who was I being? How was I acting, reacting, and behaving? Was I the person that graduated from Yale or Princeton or Harvard? Was I the person that got the job immediately, paying 6 figures? Or was I the person that thought, I'm not good enough to get into Yale. I'm not good enough to go to Princeton. I don't have the money to go. I'm not going to get a job. AI is taking over. People are losing jobs. If that's the person you're being, that's most likely the reality that you're experiencing. So my question is, how is your life right now today? Do you have what you want? Are you experiencing all the things that you want to experience with your health, your wealth, your relationships, your career, your business? Or are certain things failing? Or are multiple things failing? And then when you look at that, who are you being? Who were you being? Were you the person that last week thought, I'm never going to get this contract? And now you don't have the contract? Or were you the person that was being the person that had the contract signed in their hand and already cashed the check? Were you being the person that drove away from the dealership with the Mercedes and now it's in your garage? Or were you the person that looked at the price online and thought, this is way out of my price range? I talked about this in the last episode. In this part of the world, at this time, in the United States, Mercedes-Benz is pretty expensive. But that doesn't matter if you're being the person that can afford a Mercedes. So getting a Mercedes for $500 a month is a challenge. But when you don't focus on the price, you focus on having the car and feeling the feeling of having the car and seeing the car and driving the car and having your friends in the car, your family in the car, listening to music in the car, turning on the air conditioning, turning on the music, turning on the heated seats, opening the sunroof. Well, it feels like you already have the car. If you're being the person that has a Mercedes, regardless of what you have currently, then you're being the person that has a Mercedes. So I was the person that had a Mercedes. And it didn't just happen overnight. They called or emailed 3 or 4 or 5 times. We have a car. Nope, that's not the price. Oh, we have a car. Nope, sorry, that's not the price. I remained being the person that got the Mercedes that I wanted for the price that I wanted. Eventually they called. Oh, we got this one in. This one is $500. And the reality of that is there was actually one that was $520 and some change, and I declined that one as well. I didn't say somewhere close to 500. I said 500, not a penny over. So 520 is close according to a dealer or a dealership or a salesman, but that's not the same thing. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I felt. It's not what I experienced. So my reality became who I was being. I was being the guy that had a Mercedes for $500 a month. And I got the Mercedes for $500 a month. So who are you being? And what are you experiencing? And if you have a question, check the show notes and send your question in, and I'll be sure to answer it on an upcoming episode. Welcome to 2026, and thanks for listening. Thank you for joining me today on Living Your Spirit. If something in this episode stirred something in you, your vision for your family, or any of the 7 areas of life, you can leave a voicemail at 1-609-310-1777. Your question may be featured on an upcoming episode. Please know that your voice will be heard on that episode of the podcast. Stay connected to the people you love. Stay grounded in what God puts in your heart, and I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great day, my friends.